Hi, and welcome to the lesson on the A pentatonic scale in the first position. Okay, on this particular lesson, I would recommend taking notes and pausing the tutorial if necessary so you can play a certain part or write down something, because it might move a little fast if you find that this information is unfamiliar to you. But basically, the only thing new about this lesson that I'm going to talk about should be the scale itself and the areas where you can play it, or the keys that you can play it in. Everything else I'm going to talk about should be reviewed. So as the lesson is going on and you find this is hard to understand, or you're just getting lost, you probably have skipped some lessons prior to this lesson. Or maybe you didn't understand some lessons prior to this lesson and you need to go back and review those lessons, or just go step by step, because you're just missing some building blocks to get to this point. Okay, here we go. The pentatonic scale, the A pentatonic scale in the first position. This is the first position of the pentatonic scale. These are open notes. That's the second fret right there. And basically these are the notes that you're going to play. I'm going to go slow here. Write it down if you have to. So this is going to be a first one, open string. Next one is that note or that string. Next one is the open string on the second string. Next is that one on the second string. And then the first string, open string. And then lastly, the last note there on the first string, third fret. Okay? And that is the order. So in other words, the order is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the order of the scale. So let me break it down for you slowly so you can see it. So it'd be open on the third, down the second fret, third string. Next open on the second string, and then down on the third fret, second string. Next open on the first, down on the first string, third fret. So if you played it in time, it does sound like this. Once again, I'm slowing it down. Okay, let's review that one more time. These are the open strings. We would start over here, open string, third string, that note next, open string, second string, that note next, open string, first string, that note last. Okay? Now, the keys that you can play this pentatonic scale in is, oh, by the way, you can play the pentatonic scale with whatever finger you want. I was just playing with my thumb, but if you want to play with your finger or fingers, it's completely up to you, whatever is comfortable. I'm saying that I was playing with a thumb just for demonstrating purposes. Just make sure that you're comfortable with the way that you want to play it. Okay, so the keys that you can play in is C major. Okay, C major would be at this point now would be just about any song that starts with the C chord. Okay, keep in mind that's not always the case, but for right now, just think of it that way. And then another key would be A minor. Give an example. Let's say, remember the song Amazing Grace that we had in our lesson? That would be in the key of A minor. And then finally, either a blues song or a rock song in the key of A7 or A. Okay? And I'll show you some examples of these here in just a second. So, keep in mind that the A pentatonic scale in the first position can be used to be played in these keys, C major, A minor, and a blues or rock song in A7 or A. Okay, so you just need to memorize this. Okay, there's a theoretical pattern that explains this. However, it's really in depth, and I would suggest before you even get into that concept to definitely take a theory class, or it's just going to be just too overwhelming. I say first position, A pentatonic scale in first position, okay? For those of you who wish to explore further, there are 5 positions. This is the first one. So to complete all the scales for just the A pentatonic scale, okay? Keep in mind there's a scale for every letter that we talked about in all the keys, remember? We talked about music theory, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay. Well, there's scales for every one of them. And this one, the A pentatonic scale, there's 5 positions. This is just one, so there's 4 more. Okay? And if you're going to pursue that, just keep in mind that you probably got to do some transposing. In other words, don't let this confuse you, just take notes. But you can find these. I found various examples at the library, so they're free. You just got to borrow it, and it's on I would say pentatonic scales for guitar. Okay, so you could start off by using that. And what I mean by transposing is that when they have the when he's showing to you on the guitar, you have to keep in mind that on the ukulele, okay, if this starting point, this beginning bass fret, this bridge, okay, would be the 5th fret on the guitar. Okay, so when we do this, that's actually the 5th fret on the guitar. Okay, now the fingering, I don't think it's that important. Okay, I think you do whatever it is that you're comfortable with, and then as we go into more pentatonic scales, I'll show you some other examples of what you can be doing. Okay, so the first example in the key of C. If you're playing a song in the key of C, okay, so you're playing a song in the key of C, and it's going C, F, G7. This A pentatonic scale, and I'm just going to use the example for the ending. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play the scale in order. So the scale was going to be played. Okay, so here we go. C, and I might use it just for the ending of the song, just to add like a nice ending with a kind of a neat sound. Okay, but keep in mind you can do it backwards. Okay, or this is what's really neat, is that you can mix it up. Okay, so you don't have to play it in order, you can mix it up. For instance, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go second string, second string, okay, here we go, C, F, G7, and I'm going to do that little ending by just mixing it up. Okay, so you know, take an opportunity to play it and mix it up. Now for in A minor, I'm just going to play, let's see, I'm going to play 3 chords, A minor, G, and F. Back to G and A minor. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. That's basically something, a progression in the key of A minor. Just to give an example. So the example would sound like this: A minor, G, F, G, again A minor, G, F, G, A minor, and I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to play the progression once and do the exact same thing what I just did. Okay, which is basically just following the scale from here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, here we go. A minor, G, F, G, and then I'm going to do that little scale right after I stop. Okay, now I'm going to do it backwards. Okay, so A minor. And then do the scale backwards. Okay. Now keep in mind too that you can mix up the notation of this. Okay, so you don't have to play it in scale, but you should definitely practice it in the scale so you get used to it. Then you can start mixing it up. You got to be very comfortable before you start mixing it up. I know I'm moving on a little fast, but I'm just kind of giving you an idea how to use it. So I'm going to mix it up a little. You heard it two ways so far. You heard it from coming down and coming back up. Okay, I'm going backwards. Here we go. Okay, I'm just going to mix it up just a little bit. I'll slow it down. So basically, I just mixed it up. Okay, and basically, I was just playing the note, open string, going to the next string, going to the next string, going back down, up. Okay, now the next one is the playing it in the, let's say, we can just take the example of a blues feel, and we're doing A7. Now, previously in ukulele one, we covered a blues progression. If you remember, it's basically 1-4-5. It's always 1-4-5, and so in other words, it'd be blues progression would be, just to refresh your memory. So whenever it would be D7 and E7. Okay. So here we go, A7, and then you got a D7, and you get back to an A7, you're in the E7, D7, and then A7. Now, if you need to review that, go back to the blues lesson to review your blues progression and all your blues information. So this is more comfortable for you because I'm just going to go into the scale. So I'm just going to play an A7, and I'm going to take the scale going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, from here to here, from there to there, from there to there. Okay, A7. And I'm going to slow it down when we get to the scale. Here we go. Okay. Then I'm going to go backwards. There we go. Okay, so you can kind of hear how it has a bluesy sound. Okay. Now, there's one more little thing I'm going to show you. Take notes on this. I know it's kind of moving kind of fast, so just pause the tutorial if you need to. But if you decide you want to add this note here, add note here, that's a blues note, okay? I'll just call it a blues note for now, but there's another name for it, which is called a flatted third. But don't worry about that for now. If you decide to get more into blues, you'll learn more about the terminology of the flatted third. But for now, just call it a blues note. And if you follow the same progression, it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And coming back, you have to play it in order too. So once again, following it in order, you have to play the notes in order. 1, 2, 3, next string, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? And if you were to come down, it'd go start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so let me show you how it goes. Here's an A7. This is really great for having a blues sound. There we go, A7. And then I'll play slowly. Here's that blues note. Okay, it'd be great if you can practice this this blues now it's called a blues pentatonic scale. Up, going up, and coming back down. Slowly. So open, third string, second finger, third finger, second string open, second string, third fret, first string open, first string, third fret, just coming back down, open, second string, third fret, open, third string, third fret, one fret down, second finger, and then open. Okay, when you play it a little faster, it sounds pretty cool. Okay. Now, so once again, please by all means back up the tutorial, try it again, and keep in mind the things that the keys you can play it in, the scale, playing it in order, the added blues note, and this is the progression. But the main thing is this: you got to know the scale, how it was taught in this lesson originally, before I added the blues note, and what keys or where to play it that's most effective. Also keep in mind, this is only the first position of 5 in the A pentatonic scale. Okay, so if you decide to pursue more pentatonic scales and you want to play the entire fretboard, you got 4 more positions to go. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about more pentatonic scales in the lessons to come. When you think you're ready, and by all means, I know this part is a little maybe overwhelming to some, so by all means go at your own speed, watch it as many times as you want, really get a full and strong understanding for this, and then we'll see you at the next lesson. Alrighty.